That's about enough room for 3 people on that couch, huh?
Yeah.
Come on, big boy.
We could
I think
that
God
forward
smokes
some.
and he was high when he made me. I can feel it in my DNA. I think God smokes weed and he was high when he made me. And I think he gave up halfway.
Yeah, I saw that pen one time and thought it was comical. The pen on my bag, it says this veteran is medicated for your protection. Right?
What's up, Nick? Yo. How you doing, man? We're about to get this thing going. Hey, what's up, guys? Got to say hi to everybody here. If you don't know me yet, I see that people are starting to join, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. We're bringing a special to you tonight by the Green to Green crew. I know you don't know us yet, and we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm Dick Liberty from the Dick Liberty Show, and I got a couple of my vet buddies who turned me on to Buds for Vets, which seems to be like an amazing organization. I'm so glad and happy that we got to be a part of this, man. This is fucking amazing. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Green to Green crew. What's up, guys? How we doing out here?
Hey.
So, Green to Green. This is something new that we're doing. We just got started with, and it's something that I think all of us, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll introduce all of us here in a second, I think all of us have something to want to be a part of this. Scoot over a little bit. There you go, man. And so, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to introduce the gentleman to my left here. That's Mr. Chris R. Green, because he's always green.
Hey.
And this little girl that jumped up, she's my little emotional support dog. Her name is Kimchi. And the gentleman to my right, this is Mr. Aaron Mayob. So, we're going to start with Aaron because he's been the longest group member of Buds for Vets. And we want to get, he invited us in. And I want to say, first and foremost, we are humbled and we are honored to be a part of this organization and the vision that they have. So, Aaron, would you like to take a minute? Go ahead and tell us how you came across Buds for Vets and how we got to where we're sitting right now.
I think it was about a year and a half ago. I had just gotten back from Cincinnati, where I'm from, and I had been following the Buds for Vets Instagram when it first came around.
How you doing, Roy?
It's something that I've always had near and dear to me, cannabis, and how can I word this?
Word it plainly, man. We're all men here. This is raw shit, so we're going to get a little bit real raw. If you don't like it, I apologize.
Being able to medicate freely without all the bullshit that we have to deal with, especially that the VA puts us through. I dealt so much with them pushing pills on me and just continuing my cycle of addiction and pain and misery. The first time I was able to feel that break and stuff was when I switched all my meds out and started using cannabis strictly along with therapy. So it's very near and dear to me because I feel like everybody should be able to heal and not just be stuck in the mud.
Right. You don't want to be forced to heal a certain way. You want to be able to choose to heal a certain way, I guess is what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Excellent. Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody out here a little bit about yourself and your service and who you are.
All right, my name's Chris Green. We'll go by Chris Green. Don't try to look that up and start saying. No, I did 5.5 years in the military. I was medically retired out. Things happened, and it is what it is. I found that when I know.
Quiet down, girl.
When I use cannabis, my brain slows down enough to where I'm in control again.
Right.
And it just, I was given an anxiety disorder.
Okay.
So what I deal with on a constant daily basis is my brain just constantly telling me to worry, or constantly telling me,
look out for that.
Look out for this.
Yeah.
These people are out after you. These people are after you. This is going to go wrong, or just crazy things. And I found when I smoke cannabis, it just slows it down enough for me to just kind of say, hey, wait, this doesn't make sense. That's illogical. That nobody's out to get you. And I just wanted everybody else to feel that. I can remember having a pretty one of my PTSD episodes, and I was just destroying my house for no reason. Illogical thoughts, right? Illogical
You just had
thinking.
so much anger
was
up,
going
you were just
on.
going rage.
I was raging, and then I finally said, you know what? I have cannabis. Let me try it. And I tell you, within 15 seconds, it was like I didn't care anymore, and I was back to me. And I said, okay, everybody has to know about this. Everybody has to know how beneficial this is. And that's why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you found a different, better relief. I'll tell you what, man. And Michael Thompson, thanks for joining us. Again, I want to say...
Hey, Mike.
Hey to everybody joining us. We got Nick, we got Roy, we got Mr. Thompson. We here at Green to Green strongly encourage the comments, the interaction. We want to hear from you, our audience, our brothers and sisters in arms. Those of us who are trying to reconnect with that brotherhood and that camaraderie that we've lost and we felt so isolated from for that year or 2 or 3 years. Even to this day, some people feel isolated from society, from the family, from having those connections that everyday people who don't go through these types of experiences take for granted. Not because it's something that they know that they take for granted. It's how can you take it for granted if you don't experience this kind of stuff,
Exactly.
So
and it doesn't mean like it's a bad thing. It just you went through some stuff. You got some stuff that may not something may not make sense to you, and
and let's face it.
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
Exactly.
The worst thing you got me doing ain't been pot, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I agree with you, man. So I'll take a second. I'll introduce myself. I kind of touched on my name's Dick, part of the Green to Green crew. We're so happy to be here. I've been in service. I've served in 2 different branches of the military. I've been in the Marine Corps, and I've been in the Army. I've been diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety. I have a whole, I'm sure as many of you do who are watching this, you have an extensive list of ailments that consistently and constantly bother you. I'm sure many of you who are watching this, like myself, you go through the process. You're taking your Motrin, you're taking your gabapentins, you're taking your oxys, you're taking your perks, you're taking your hydrocodones and your oxycodones and all this shit, and you're drinking water, and you're marching on because that's what the fuck they tell you to do. And because of the federal classification of the cannabis plant, you didn't have an alternative. So when you look at it, we were kind of talking about this before the show with Aaron and Chris and the guy on the couch you'll meet here in a little while. We were talking about this outside, and you look at history, even though not all history is accurate, there are things that are accurate that people attest to today, like the opioid epidemic that happened after Vietnam. I think you draw similar parallels, like Aaron mentioned out tonight, from the opioid epidemic that comes from Iraq and Afghanistan campaign. We've been fighting wars for whatever reason. Well, we know that reason, but we're not going to get political here, because we're all about the green, you know what I mean? Point being, it drives me to be a part of this because cannabis has saved my life. I had, in 2014, I got a TBI. Was told I'm never going to walk again. Told I wouldn't read or talk past a second grade level. and now I have 2 radio shows. So
Well, I was
yeah,
about
you
to
can suck
say
my
they're,
dick
they're,
on that.
they're
and
actually
that's
right
dick
on
liberty
that.
for you.
Second grade level, that's actually right. So
Yeah, if
it's-
they don't have pictures, I'm fucked. A little late there, Quagmire. Anyway, the other part of what we want to do here is, I've been talking to Aaron and I've been talking to Chris, and we kind of want to share our story of how this came to be. Like, I don't know if people think coincidence, if the timing was good, whatever it was, but do you want to start with that? Because
Yeah.
I met you at True Leave.
Yeah, so Dick and I met at True Leave. I was working there, honestly. And, I noticed that he was a vet, and whenever I saw a vet coming to True Leave, I like to shoot him my phone number and say, hey, brother or sister, if you're in need of help, you can call me. I'll always be there. And, actually it turned out that I needed...
Careful of phrasing. Don't say
Phrasing,
I need a dick. 'Cause,
phrasing. I needed this guy's help.
No homo.
So we just came together and we're discussing things. It turned out, both of us really have a passion for cannabis and really want to help veterans out. So we're like, you know what? Let's start this. Let's just do it, green to green, and that's how it took off from there. And it hasn't stopped. And we met Aaron, and it's gotten even larger and more crazy.
And better.
And way better.
And I was going to say, the second part that's crazy to me about the story is we kind of talked about this. I told you my ideas of what I wanted to do. And you're like, man, I just want to educate. And because you talked about another program that we're probably going to launch, not right at the moment, but here in a little while, the VERT program.
Yep.
And then, meeting him and having this discussion, and then I think I met Aaron maybe 4 or 5 days later. And you want to tell that part, Aaron? Because I don't want to seem like I'm the biased broadcaster. That's not me.
We have a mutual friend. He's the manager at a dispensary here locally.
Yes.
And he had met me a few times and talked to me on the back end as well. Sorry, I'm
It's
still
okay.
getting used to the camera guys. And I am
Cut him some
medicated.
slack.
We had the exact same ideas. It's not a coincidence when you meet somebody and you hear their idea for what's about to happen, and it's not like it's exactly word for word. So it's not a coincidence to me.
And I'll tell you what, I was blown away. The passion this man right here has for cannabis is just amazing. Roy, yes, Green to Green is in Florida. We're actually right out of Daytona Beach / Holly Hill / Port Orange, because that's where all 3 of us live.
Represent.
So, as far as I'm concerned, we got a trifecta of awesomeness.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? What's up, Greg? Thanks for joining us. We're getting everybody introduced to the Green to Green crew. We're talking about some of the things our past experience, what we've gone through, and we're just going to let the show roll. We encourage the comments, the conversations, the add-ins, everything you want. I'll put my phone
Ask
number out
questions,
there too.
anything.
Ask questions. The purpose of this one tonight is we want to know how your experiences have been. Green to Green is not all over yet, but it will be really soon. Because we're taking this thing called the internet and we're just murking shit with it. That's what we got to do. That's the future. We got to accept it. So let's not be ruled by it. Let's take it over and rule that shit. And I think, just like Bloods for Vets, I think that the more people we help, the better it will be. The more positive we can be, the better it will be. This is going to light its own fire. We light our fires every day. We come home, we've done that day of work, or we're coping with our pains. We light the fire. Green to Green and Buzz the Vet is going to light the fire for the cannabis veteran community. That's the mission. That's the goal. That's the vision. And I can't tell you enough how excited I am about this Christmas party to where I can actually get to meet everybody face to face and shake some hands, and it's going to be epic, man. It's going to be totally awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So we want to know what you guys want to talk about. What are the issues that you have? What do you have problems facing the pricing from dispensary pricing? Do you have? Is there preferred dispensaries? We want to bring you the strain reviews. We want to help educate you on better strains or different strains that may treat your ailments and conditions a little better than what you figured out on your own so far. I think you have some visions and some ideas for a couple of things. You want to share some of those, Aaron?
going to be going into each dispensary as kind of like a secret shopper. We're going to be going in and we're going to break down products, dispensary knowledge, discounts, customer service. Each products that we get, we're going to do reviews on. You guys will be able to see that. Any products that you want a review on, shoot it to us.
Yeah, let us know. We will be more than happy to go review it for you.
yeah.
Because we want you guys to have the least amount of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to ease those, fill in those intel gaps pretty much of like, what is this strain going to do for me, or what is this strain going to do to me? I have anxiety. What's going to work for me? It's stuff that you don't know when you're just getting out of the military, or maybe you do, or maybe you've never even thought about cannabis. We just want to give that education to you so you know how to help yourself.
Yes.
Sorry, I blacked out.
No, you're
What just
good.
happened?
What just happened? So, Aaron, can you please tell us more about your experience with Buds for Vets? Because, like I said, and like everybody knows, we're just meeting everybody for the first time. You have a lot more experience in the organization. I know you know Heather really well, and I know I've met some of them at the Dab Days, which was fucking awesome, guys. That was a great time. Thank you so much. Too bad it rained, but we don't need it to be sunny to have fun. I don't
Well,
think, right?
exactly. We saw somebody dancing in the rain.
Dancing in the rain, as long as we're getting the membrane with the green.
Good
But,
times. Well,
yeah, tell us a little bit about that, man. Because
Buds for Vets is amazing. Everybody I've met within Buds for Vets, every team lead I have met is amazing. I can't thank Heather enough, and she does more than I have ever seen somebody do that's not a veteran themselves. Like, she does amazing things for veterans all over the state of Florida. Buds for Vets is awesome. Everybody I've met there, Brett, Josh, Chris, Greg, you guys are all amazing.
don't forget to mention the people watching us, because they
Yeah,
might punch
Mike.
you on
Yeah,
Friday.
Mike, you guys are all, everybody, I mean, not just the team leads, I'm talking everybody. Like, this whole group, this has given me purpose again. And with me getting purpose again and getting involved, it's given me a whole new avenue of which to do things and take things. And it's like, I want everybody to be able to feel that. And as I've seen Buds for Vets grow, because some of you might know this, some of you may not, that I operate the Buds for Vets Instagram. So,
Okay.
and I know that since I've started to operate it, it's grown some, and I'm not saying that's all me. It's not, because this is a subject that's very near to most veterans I know. It's just some of them may not talk about it like I do. I'm very 100% open about it in everybody's face. I don't care. I would rather be the way I am now than the way I was and the way the VA would still want me to be. So,
Chris, what do you think some of the reasons are, Chris, for veterans not wanting to talk about cannabis and how it's helped them, or being afraid to talk about cannabis because they fear some
stigma.
kind of
Oh, yeah.
blowback from it?
There's
That
definitely
stigma.
that stigma behind it, and you guys don't need to be afraid of it at all. Especially for you veterans out there that go to the VA. Hey, look, they're not going to take your benefits away.
they cannot touch your benefits. Let me say this. They cannot touch your benefits. Now, it's up to the doctor, but they can take certain meds if they see that a problem with it, i.e. any
yes.
narcotics.
Okay, we got a couple questions coming up. I'm sorry I didn't catch them a little bit before. I wanted to give these guys a chance to speak. We got one specifically that says, are there any reviews on inhalers? And if there are, what are those reviews on inhalers like?
I've never actually tried one of the inhalers.
They sell. Do they not sell the inhalers at True Leaf?
They sell the inhalers at True Leaf. I've just never actually tried them.
Have you had any experience with inhaler?
Myself, I have not, but I have seen one used, but it was used on a child that had severe seizures.
Epileptic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when they went into a seize, they would hold the inhaler right over their mouth and spray it right in, and I'm telling you, within a matter of a minute maybe, they would completely calm down. So,
Right.
I mean, it's, from what I've been told, it's a much higher concentrated dosage in one spray.
Yes.
So each spray delivers an activated THC. It's not inactive, all right? So this is an activated THC. All the cannabinoids in that are active. So the second that you inhale that in any way, and think about it, if you're having an epileptic attack or a panic attack, you're going to be breathing heavier. You're going to breathe it in like that. So I will get back to you with an actual review. I'll even post it up. But thanks for the question. Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good question, Roy. Thank you. And Roy, and to anybody and everybody who is watching this currently and or will watch this and see this, if you have a passion for cannabis, if you have a story you want to tell, if you want to share your experience, your adversity, let me let you in a secret, guys. Adversity is a universal connector. Okay? Everybody here in this group has dealt with adversity. Otherwise, it wouldn't be such a strong, knit, tight group. And it is a strong, knit, tight group because the type of diversity we've dealt with is so unique and so different in so many respects. So, Mr. Bloom
Nick,
says,
you're
Roy
totally
Bloom
right.
wants, I wish I was there. We want you here. We want to invite and open our doors to every member of this community, of this family, of this team, and have you on this show.
Yeah.
Share your story with us. Let us do an interview. We sit around. We're gonna smoke our vape
Michelle.
pens. We'll talk about shit. We'll have a couple drinks. It will be real fucking people because that's what this is about. The real people who made the real sacrifice to come back and get really shit on. Okay. At least in my personal experience and or opinion.
Michelle had a good question too.
Okay,
Michelle,
go ahead, read it off, man.
Have you tried any of the delivery services? There's a couple of the dispensaries that have free delivery service. If you don't like having to drive into any dispensary, which I don't really either, and there are a lot of long drives, and I don't know where you're located, but they have free delivery. Some of them.
This is Grapestone.
What am I thinking of right off the top of
Well,
my
I
head
know
has
that-
free delivery.
I think Cureleaf does
Curaleaf
free
has-
delivery, and that's out of Daytona. They're
Yeah.
on International Speedway. Great crew over there. I have to say thank you to Anthony over at Cureleaf and Cureleaf Dispensary and Susan, right? Susie. I'm sorry, Susie. But you know, after our talks, and we've told them, hey, this is what we're doing. We want you on board. We hope you join us because we're going to put together the marijuana mystery shoppers mob. Okay, that's going to happen. Hopefully, we'll have an app and everything. That'd be really cool shit. But they hooked us up with Dr. Bernard at Bernard Cannabis Center because we told them what we want to do. We want to educate. So they turned us on to their doctors. We're gonna be dropping one of our Green to Green premiere interview with Dr. Bernard at Bernard Cannabis Center. And he does talk about things like the distance, and he makes house calls, things like that.
And the prices do suck.
Yeah, the prices are a little different. I don't necessarily agree with all the prices, but the overall, from the conversation, it sounds really good. And we're gonna put that out, and you can decide for yourself. That's our job, to help you decide for yourself. I mean,
Daniel, do you have any ailments right now? So it looks
Brain
you say
tumor.
you have a tumor.
okay, hang on. Can I touch this, guys?
Go ahead.
Hey, Daniel. I'm sorry to hear that you're gonna have a second surgery for your brain tumor. About 2.5 years ago, my dad had experienced loss of his wife at 35 years from a brain tumor. The one thing that he told me he did was he used and administered the RSO version of extract. This is called Rick Simpson oil, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a full spectrum plant extract. Now, it didn't completely take away her tumor, but it extended her life for about 5 years. Okay? So I'm really sorry to hear about this, and I'm glad that you're learning about it now because now is better than never, and it could extend and help you and relieve your ailments. I know it can. There is a lot to learn. It's a lot to get caught up on. And when you do get done, you plan to get your card and start this journey, I would encourage you to attempt to get your card a little earlier.
Yeah, I was
just to be honest with you, buddy.
I was gonna say, if you have a tumor already, I believe that's a qualifying condition.
I think you would instantly get it.
Yeah.
And I think that since you have cancer, I think that maybe we could call Dr. Bernard tomorrow because he was an oncologist, radiation oncologist, and he dealt with cancer and everything else. And maybe he can help you and give you either a free marijuana card or be your marijuana doctor and take care of you. Who knows? I'll call him and ask. The worst he can say is no.
That's true.
Okay, so what do you want to add? Like, point being, what am I not touching? Like, because we want to talk about the edibles, we want to talk about the dispensaries, we want to talk about the problems you're facing and how to get it, the cost. I know the cost is insane.
No, I was going to say, the cost, that was one thing you guys did mention Curaleaf, and I was going to say Curaleaf's prices
First of all,
aren't bad. I mean, they're not the greatest out there, but they're not the worst either. I mean, when I was at True Leaf, I noticed the prices were a bit more than Curaleaf. However, the products are different. Curaleaf uses MCT oil. Curaleaf does not.
I'm so glad to hear that's
there's
not
a-
cancer. But tumors are still concerning. I have brain cysts in I'm well aware of that kind of thing. But I'm so glad it's not cancer. All right, cool. Not to cut you off.
No worries. I was going to say, Curaleaf, though, their prices aren't that bad, and they do have, like they were saying before, they have free shipping.
Okay.
Free delivery.
What were you gonna say there, Aaron?
I was hoping that I answered your question, Michelle. There's two that have free delivery. It's Curaleaf and oh god.
Was it
man.
Vitacan? I don't know if Vitacan delivers.
No,
Actually, I just know that
Is it-
Curaleaf delivers.
is
I
it
know
Liberty
that True
Health?
Leaf.
Move has free delivery within a certain mile radius
Within
to
10.
their dispensaries, which I know I'm not. Their dispensaries are in Apollo Beach.
Hey,
and
Move, we need you guys on the East Coast.
Yes, and Move.
Right
We
in
are going
Daytona.
to shop you too. Don't
Yep.
think you're safe just because you got the name Move. No, our feelings, but we want to give our people, and when I say our people, I didn't say your people, I said our people, our brothers and sisters, the best advantages they can have. Because when you think about it, like it's hard to get 100% disabled. It's harder to get 100% disabled.
Yeah.
Most people get capped out between 70 and 90%, right? And then you got your 30 to 60%ers. When you make that money and you can't work because you do have legitimate ailments and you do have legitimate disabilities, and Sotera has the free delivery, Michael?
That's the other one.
I'm going to assume that's why he put that comment there.
I thought so.
Honestly. But back to the point, when you are limited in your scope of abilities to do things or work.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Because you have certain ailments like PTSD and anxiety, or you got fractures in your back, or you got neuropathy or fibromyalgia or something else that may look normal on the outside but's fucking wrecking you on the inside.
Yeah. People can't see this stuff.
Yeah, people can't see it. And you know you can't work. This shit costs a lot, man. It costs a lot. I'm 100% and still I got to budget my weed out and stretch it.
You know what
You know what I
affordable
mean?
healthcare is to me is a couple of plants in my closet.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, and that's the end game here is to get waiting for patient home grow. But I mean, until that happens, we make do with what we can.
Ron, we need you to go ahead and drop those lawsuits and everything else. Let us home grow, please. It costs too much, bro. It costs too much. We want to grow at our house.
Yeah, DeSantos, let us grow. I mean, let us grow. We need to do it. I've been sitting here trying to think, man, I wonder if we could come up with a system that was like a collective Cannabud payout thing. You know what I mean?
Kind of like where you put so much money in a month and you get X
Yeah.
amount,
Like
bro.
everybody throws in $20 a month because you have so many numbers, and then that whole portion goes to pay for medication distributed to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and anything left over just goes towards the next month.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to
It's
figure this
definitely
shit out, though.
something that would definitely be helpful
For sure.
everybody.
Hey guys, go ahead and call us, man. Give us a call. Let's hear. Let's talk. Let's interact. We want to hear your voice. Our number's 386-400-2244. The lines are open. I'll put you on. Everybody will hear you. You can say whatever you want. There's no filter. There's none of that shit. We're all military people. We believe in the good old tree counseling. So if you don't like it, tough fucking shit.
Big rocks.
What do you know about this Christmas party coming up, man? You've been to one of these before?
I wanted to go to the camping trip, and I regret to say I did not make the camping trip due to school. But I did get to go to Dab Days, and man, it's gonna be awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You got more details about this trip? I'm sure everybody's checked it out and got your tickets. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you register for this trip because
It's
there's going to
already
be free
done.
tickets.
That's done. I'm pretty sure. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure all those tickets are gone.
All gone now?
Yeah.
All right. Michael Tom says that I'm assuming that's Liberty Health Services, LHS. Could we say
That's
LHS? That's what?
That's a FRIA.
A FRIA?
Liberty Health Sciences. Yeah.
Okay,
Mike,
Liberty
thanks.
Health Sciences.
Liberty Health Sciences is a FRIA. I like them. They make some very good product. Their prices, in my opinion, are a little bit higher.
A little bit high.
But they do have a very good product, and I do highly recommend if you have problems with sleep to try the Mary's Medicinal CBN capsules. They're amazing, but they're pricey.
Okay. Hey, yes, a share plan. You think, hey Michael, you think a health share plan would be good for organizations and people such as this, for our veteran brothers and sisters? I mean, when you think about it, like I was talking to my wife about this today during lunchtime, and I was like, I don't know, what if everybody paid just $20 a month? And you have 1,000 people paying $20 a month. That covers a lot of medicine.
Yeah, that covers
you know
a
what I
lot.
mean? That covers a lot of fucking medicine. And any of the medicine or anything that's left over.
Yeah, but then what about
That
people
could-
like me that intake massive amounts? I mean,
Well,
like,
then it would have to go based
You know what I
off.
mean?
There would have to be a plan. So like certain tiers. So like at $20 or whatever, you could have X amount of medication. At the next tier, you have next amount. It just depends on how much you want to put in.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it might be a collective relief, or it could potentially be a collective relief. Hey, what's up? Brett Barger, nice to meet you. I think it's great
Brett.
for joining us.
Hey.
Wish you were here. I think I'm supposed to meet him, am I not?
Yeah, the other day you was going to.
I'm sorry I missed you, man. I'm sorry
Brett?
timing didn't line up.
Dick. Brett.
Nice to meet you. Oh, man, that's funny. But, yeah, I think that I don't know if you guys would be for something like that or against something like that. And if there was money left over from this share plan idea, I think that could go to putting on our own events. You know what I mean? Like, save it, put it towards the Christmas parties, put it towards the bigger events like 420 and Earth Day. And,
There you go.
you know, we had the Buds for Vets 420 fucking festival. That would be shit fire
fucking awesome.
hot, bro. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But
right here in Daytona too. We don't have to even drive far. We could have it right here in Daytona.
we could potentially even get the band shell. I don't know.
Oh snap!
But you know, I just want to spread the education. I want to spread the news. I want people to see us coming together and uniting and being good. How you doing, Christopher?
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's joining us. I see some are coming a little late. And this is good, and it helps us adjust. So maybe next time we'll start at 8:30, and then we don't have to play catch up.
Exactly. Hey, Aaron,
But-
what have you been using over there, man? I'm a
Tell
little
us.
curious.
We've been
myself.
looking at that battery the whole time. You ain't said
Yeah.
shit about it. Why don't you fucking bring that shit up, buddy?
This is gonna be the first review on a product I have, but a little preview, I guess. It's Yokan Uni for cartridges. It fits any size cartridge from a 0.5 gram to 1 gram.
Okay.
I put up a post about it briefly, just something recently. A couple people have seen it, but it's pretty amazing. It's got 3 different temperature settings plus a 10-second preheat setting. Good stuff.
How you doing, Deanne? Glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's starting to join us. I just had some of my Grape Stomper. It's a great cartridge.
Oh wow, that's really delicious.
Super good.
Is this from
super good.
Vatican?
No, that one's not from Vatican. And something I have to tell you though too. On this show, just like the rules for the group, we're not here to solicit any monies. We don't want any monies. We're going to talk about this more as we go too. We're not here to solicit any product. We want to keep everything, good and clean, wholesome in-house. So we do encourage, participation though. And like I said, the phone lines are open. I'm going to put the number up there again. Hell yeah, we got fire. I'm going to put the phone up there again. Please feel free to call in.
Yeah, tell us your story. Tell us
Tell
why
us your
you
story.
care.
Tell
Maybe
us why you care. Why? Okay, if you're sitting here watching this right now, it's obviously important enough for you to watch it. Tell us why. Share with your brothers and sisters why. Because even though you might think it's a dumb story, or it might not have any significance to you, you never know what part of your story could ignite the fire and light the fire in someone else. And if you light the fire in just one person, that's all that matters. That pays it forward for generations when you really think about it. So that's why it's important to us to get this out there. This is why it's important to us to connect to you. And we love the comments. This is so good. We really do, man.
Are we going to be doing this every Thursday? And if so, are we going to try and get others from our group on? And,
Yes,
I mean,
I
let's tell them a little bit about.
Here we go. I want the team leads on here. I want the visions to be shared. I want the purpose to be fucking bred. This shit is contagious, people. This is contagious.
Mm-hmm.
It is contagious. There's no two ways around it. Think about how much this has helped you. Think about how much this has helped you reconnect. Think of how it's changed you, how it's saved your body, how it's gotten you off of your addictions. Has it not?
It has.
Okay.
I have been clean and sober from heroin for 4 years now.
Hey, congratulations, bro.
Congratulations, man.
Good job.
And
Thanks,
for him
guys.
to introduce himself to this entire group right now for the first time on this platform, because I think him being... All right, we got a first call. I think him being a recovered addict is good testament. That right there probably touched one person. I know it did. Hey, welcome to Green to Green. Thank you so much for calling. What's your name, man?
Hey, man, I'm Nick Harding.
Hey, Nick,
Hey,
how you
Nick,
doing,
hey,
man?
Nick.
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, shout out to Aaron because we've met at Dad Days.
Oh, you did?
Hey,
Okay.
how's it
Yeah,
going,
for
bro?
2 seconds. Yeah, I know that guy.
So, tell us why you called, Nick. What do you think? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, well, I just wanted to say that this is obviously the first show I've seen with you guys, but I'm
the
a
first
huge
one we've
fan.
done.
What's that?
It's the first one we've done, so we're both virgins right now. Don't fuck it up.
Don't go
man,
so fast. Don't go so fast.
No, I'm a member of Butts for Vets, and I met Mike when I was in the hospital recovering from cancer, and
Okay. Congratulations.
That's how I kind of came into the, when I was joined or whatever. And,
Recovered.
Recovered from it. Yeah, luckily, yeah. Thanks to cannabis. Had it not been for cannabis, I would not have survived chemotherapy and all the
Can of
after effects
miracles.
and everything else, man.
That is
So,
amazing, man. I am so glad to hear it. And what led you to actually try cannabis? Did they put you through a whole bunch of... I'm assuming you went through a whole gamut of shit, and you eventually got to cannabis. How did you get to cannabis?
So I'm a combat vet. I was honorably discharged October 1st, 2012, and I survived a divorce and foreclosure and all this other stuff that I went through when I came back because of cannabis. I was sleeping in the woods, just smoking doobies or whatever, but I wasn't getting shot at or blown up, so
Right.
it was cool. But it really put things in perspective, you know what I mean? And had it not been for weed at the time, I would have, it would have been really difficult. It would have been an even shittier situation sleeping in the woods, you know what I mean, losing everything. So
Yeah.
then flash forward a couple years. 2014, I was diagnosed with cancer, testicular cancer, and then it was the first time I went through it. Then 4 years later, I was diagnosed again. It was the same, it just migrated in my stomach, and they had to surgically remove it and all this other stuff. But anyway, I spoke with Aaron briefly, man, a little while back.
Okay.
I'll just plug it for 2 seconds.
Okay.
I've been working on a graphic novel for about 6 years now, and it's a comic book, and my point is that it's a cannabis-based, it's a veteran, and it's a
Dude,
cannabis-based.
that's fucking awesome, bro!
I remember
Yes!
talking to you about
Yes!
this.
So, I don't know, I'll definitely talk to you after the show or whatever, but I just wanted to kind of, say, hey, what's up, and start kind of planting seeds or whatever, literally, because I've never been in this position before, and I'm just meeting everyone, and everyone's so awesome, man, so passionate. We're all on the exact same page as far as legislation, as far as, I think, for the most part, everyone growing their own and
Hey, can I stop you? Not to cut you off, but not to cut you off, but can I stop you and ask you and say, isn't it amazing? Isn't it just fucking amazing when you see the power of passion and how it's ignited in people when they come together like this? Fucking unbelievable.
Dude, all walks of life, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
So, dude,
Yeah.
I gotta say, thank you so much for calling, and
You
you
gonna-
better bring this novel to the Christmas party because I'm gonna see this shit, man. You feel me?
Thank you guys. Yeah. No, definitely. I'll bring some sketches, something. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing you there, Nick, man. Look forward to seeing that, man.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad you called in, man.
Yeah, thanks for calling, brother.
Glad you called in. I'm glad you're part of the group, man. I'm glad you're here.
And, I want to give you a special thanks because it takes guts to be the first one to do anything.
Hey, yeah.
And I think we're going to have to give you a little something special at this Christmas party for being
Thanks,
the first
Michelle.
caller, bro.
Definitely.
Oh, rock on. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Well, you have a great night. Stay safe, stay elevated, get educated, and enjoy your medication, bro.
Roger that. You guys too. Take it easy.
All right,
Peace.
man. Peace.
Have a good one. Later.
Fucking sweet, dude. We had a first caller, bro.
Definitely.
Hell yeah! So, where do we go from here? Was that like our climax? That'd be sad.
Can't wait to Saturday.
Huh?
I was sorry.
Oh, okay. No, let's read some of the comments, man. Go ahead, Aaron. Knock them out. Read some.
Yeah, you too, Chris, man. I'll see you actually tomorrow. It won't be Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to be coming up tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
What time do you think we'll get there?
Oh, wow. Shoot. Oh, man. I got no idea.
Just add 10 minutes to 30 minutes to whatever he says.
Oh, sorry, guys. Had to stretch real quick.
Aaron, I may need to try that, by the way. I don't
Try
know
what? Try.
There you
Okay,
go.
what do-
You love the dog? Oh, I'm so glad. Let me introduce you to my dog. Look, come here, Kimchi. Come here, baby.
Kimchi.
Oh, this is Kimchi. Okay, Kimchi. She's a Japanese chin. She's my little baby. She guards me. She goes everywhere with me. She's my emotional support dog. I was lucky enough to get a prescription for
That's pretty good.
an emotional support dog before
That's
I
very good.
left the
Yeah.
military. And she's been awesome, man. She follows me everywhere. She's my little shadow. She knows exactly when I am feeling down and I'm off tilt and I'm all wrecked in my head. She knows. She stays with me. She guards me. Like, you know, probably TMI right now, but like every time I go fucking drop a deuce, she's sitting at my feet like, I got the door, Dad. I got the door, Dad. Don't worry
Nobody's
about it.
gonna
Nobody
come in
coming
this
in
door.
here. I'm gonna bark so loud you hear me for weeks. I just don't want them to play punt the baby like they do in South Park. You know what I mean?
Don't kick the baby.
Thank you, and thank you so much, Nick. The name Kimchi, ironically, you'll enjoy this humor if you've ever been stationed in Korea, because my wife is Korean, partial, half Korean, and her name is Kim,
Best
and we
name
love
ever.
to we love to eat kimchi, and we thought it'd be funny.
You
if we
eat
named,
kimchi?
Oh,
I
man.
do.
I thought
My-
that
the
stuff
actual
tastes-
Korean
oh,
kimchi,
man.
not my dog. I don't eat my dog, okay? But we thought it'd be funny, you know, always.
Yeah.
Well, originally my wife, you guys will meet my wife this weekend. She's pretty funny. Originally she's like, I want to name the dog Dog. She said because she's Korean. I want to name the dog Dog. Dog. Where's my Dog?
What's
He's about to say what's Dog.
yeah? What's
Dog
DOG?
is D.
Ah!
Gee, it just sounds like a name because she's Korean. She's like, Dog, where's my Dog? But anyway, this is Kimchi. She's awesome. I love her to death. Thank you for the compliments on the dog, man. And, you know, speaking of that, emotional support dogs and stuff like that, just because you need or it helps you to have an emotional support dog doesn't mean you're weak. And, you know, I know during some of my transition period, I don't know if it had happened to any of you guys, but there's definitely stigmata, and just like, you know, cannabis has bad, horrible stigmata, so does, oh, I need a little help.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have PTSD. Oh, you're a pussy. Shut up. You fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get ridiculed. You get fucking jaw jacked and everything else. So, the reason we chose the name Green to Green is because
We're going.
we're going from a green suit.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a dark green, a blue green, a fucking tan green, whatever, branch of service, it's a goddamn green suit, in my opinion, okay? And we're going from a green suit to a green plant that's actually helped us and assisted us.
Going from one green to another green.
One green
lifestyle.
to a new green, you know?
One green lifestyle to a new green lifestyle.
Yeah. And I'm bringing it up, too, because we want to encourage future vets. I'm sure we're all military. I'm pretty sure the majority of this group has family who's their second, third, fourth, fifth gen military. You know, and this is a new gen type of thing.
Exactly.
Not all inclusively, but as far as the general public's conceived. So if we can, you know, tilt that negative blowback away through the education and enforce the, you know, not enforce, but enhance the green to green positiveness and how it's effectively helping and helping our service members better than the shit they want to put you on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win in my book, man. That's all.
Definitely. And again, guys, we want to hear those positive stories. We want to hear how cannabis has helped you. You know, and you know, where were you stationed? What'd you do? You know, Whatever. Tell us
Tell us about your
everything.
gunny sergeant and the shit he used to give you. You know what I mean? Tell us about your staff sergeant and how he'd be sleeping while he's yelling at you for fucking CQ or whatever
Oh
the
my
fuck. Who
goodness.
knows, you know?
I don't know how many NCOs, because I was never an NCO, y'all. Specialist E4 Mafia for life. Oh man, so many times when I was on CQ or staff duty, where the NCO would be like, "Hey man,
Oh, wait, we got one from Michelle. Michelle says, my mother smoked cannabis while married to my stepdad, who raised me. He's been a DARE officer for 25 years. He didn't want to talk to me anymore because I made tincture for a cancer issue a few years ago. That inspired me to do more to help others." Thank you for sharing that story.
yeah,
And,
good job, Michelle.
Yeah, great shit. And nothing against your dad, but I think the way that they actually taught DARE in the drug education was one of the things that sped up the drug consumption and the drug interaction amongst our youth.
I myself, it's funny that she said something about DARE officer, because when I was in 8th grade, I won my whole state of Ohio's DARE essay 2 years in a row.
Good job, Dan.
We have this is a recovered addict who also won a Ohio State DARE essay. So
2 years in a row.
2 years in
Yeah.
a row. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. Well, okay, bringing that up. When you talk about the essay, think about how you wrote your essay then, and think about your experience now. And do you think there was any correlation between the two?
I mean, yeah, at the time, even though I was a kid, like I wanted to help people. What I wanted to do, though, at that time was I wanted to become kind of like a cop of some sort.
A cop?
Which changed
Yeah.
drastically.
You became part of the world
Which
police.
changed, but, drastically. High school was awesome, except for losing my fucking football scholarship. That's the whole reason I ended up in the Army.
Okay. Well, there you have it. We know why you went in the Army. No fucking way.
No fucking way. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, no, man. My passion totally changed, though, when I had a reason to be passionate about it. Like, when I got out and I had no other choice to, like, try to find something that was actually going to help me heal. Dude, everything that they kept giving me, the side effects caused more side effects, which caused more pills that I needed, which caused more other shit, which caused this one shit,
Right.
which caused other problems. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
It's happened to me.
There's too many of us out here, man. This is ridiculous. I mean, look, this plant, there's not one thing about it that isn't healing, that wouldn't help this entire fucking country.
The entire planet, by the
Everything.
way, in my opinion.
There's a reason it grows naturally, y'all.
There's a reason there's an anointed oil, y'all. Bro, DARE poster child right here. There, yes. We should. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make the green to green poster, DARE poster, and we're gonna have the arrest records on there. We're gonna have everything on it, but at the top we're gonna have the award-winning essays to tell Ohio to suck the dick.
Yeah,
Man, I wish Heather would call in. That would be pretty awesome right now. I'd love to hear from her. I'd love to see her pop on the comments. I'm sure she's probably busy though. Dude, this is great, dude.
This is great.
This is fucking awesome. I cannot wait till more people like. That's okay. I gotta ask that. We need to know how comfortable everybody is going to be with being on camera. I don't know if I need to bring some non-disclosure agreements or whatever. I think it would be amazing, and I think that Buds for Vets, if you and we are sharing our sensitive stories and we're doing it in a way that's funny, enlightening, like we used to fucking do on deployment, you know what I mean?
Like make fun of each other.
Yeah, make fun of each other, kick the shit, fucking having little wars through chews or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think we do that and we share this camaraderie, especially.
What's Nick talking about?
Huh? It provides. Nick is saying that the entire marijuana plant.
Oh, yeah, okay.
plant,
You're agreeing with me. I got
It
you.
provides food. It provides clothing. It provides shelter. You got hempcrete, stuff's 10 times stronger than concrete. You got. You can make string.
Jay
you can
Leno
make
has
paper,
an
you can
entire
make-
car made out of cannabis.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Does he
sure.
really?
Yeah, and
Oh,
it
my
runs
goodness.
on cannabis
Oh
fuel.
man, you know what we need to do?
That's funny.
We need to buy a 3D printer, and we need to create the first. They probably already have it. We need hemp filament. We need to 3D print a hemp bong and smoke out of our hemp bong.
Oh my
That
God,
would
you
be
mean, like-
fucking amazing?
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be amazing as fuck?
Instead of using like plastic
Yeah,
stuff,
instead of
just use
silicone,
like
we figure out how to make a hemp filament,
yeah,
Could
a
be
PLA
fun.
filament or
Could be
ABS
fun.
filament,
that'd be cool.
put it in a 3D printer and make and sell 3D printed hemp bongs. It's not to be used outside of
Hey y'all,
the,
these
Buzz
ideas
Fed or
are
Green to Green.
copyrighted
Everything
right
is
now
copyrighted.
because this is our show on Green to Green. So
No
I have
problem
no-
being on camera. Yes, I'd love to hear
Alright,
that, guys. I'd love to hear it.
definitely. We want you
I'd
guys.
love
on
to
camera.
hear it.
Because obviously I don't talk a lot. If you haven't noticed, so we need more people on camera like these two guys that talk a lot.
yeah.
That's what we need.
I mean, I like this is a show. This what we're doing right here is gonna happen every Thursday evening, right?
Yeah, and more. I mean, there's going to be randoms. There's going to be
Random snippets.
you're
here
going to
and
have
there.
random pop-ups where we could be doing, you know, kind of like undercover style, like Donnie Brasco shit, where we got the body cam.
well,
and
we've
we're-
even got
we're doing
like
shit.
we've got the equipment to where if it was somebody or somebody that we wanted to meet and go and interview them or do a live broadcast or whatever, we'd be able to.
Yeah, we can.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
are
Like,
100%.
We
mobile.
are 100% mobile.
100% mobile.
Mhm.
I have fucking Wi-Fi in my car for that specific reason, so I can broadcast
there
from
you go.
anywhere.
Nice.
Nick says, "Do it." All right, dude. Let's do it. Let's figure out how we can put together and create and 3D print hemp bongs.
We gotta get a 3D printer first.
We call them the HB.
I'm gonna have to Google this stuff.
3D printer is about $300 to $500.
No, but I mean like actual getting like.
I mean, that's for an okay one.
I wonder if they make hemp filament already.
And by the way, like I know you got, we do everything low budget,
Oh, that's
low budget production.
low budget.
Type thing. I can't say low budget productions because that's one of my friend's companies, but
No,
same
no.
style. You know,
Hey, we're three disabled veterans.
yeah, we can barely fucking walk to the couch. We can barely walk to the couch to sit down to get on the goddamn camera.
It's true though. It is. Imagine. I want to hear stories from people like.
You know what? You know what?
Okay.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but to
One
totally
minute
cut you the
jump
fuck off. There's something that's really been fucking bothering me, guys.
What's up?
Okay,
Uh-oh.
and here's what's been remediation, bioremediation. Yeah, that is a good recommendation. Definitely is a good recommendation. I don't either.
Michael, you need to call in, bro.
I think I
and
got
tell
an
us what it
idea.
is.
But yeah, give us a call. 386-400-2244. But here's what's bothering me, guys. And I don't know if it bothers any other vets. I'm sure it bothers a group of vets. But I'm not sure if it bothers all vets like it would bother me. Because I used to be a rape aggression defense instructor.
Okay.
It's called RAD. All right, and I used to teach.
That's so rad, bro.
It's totally fucking rad, bro. Like, no shit. There I was at the fight house, and I'd be teaching.
Be teaching
Like, bro,
rad.
You ever get up in front of a class of all females and have
Oh,
to
wow.
teach them how to defend themselves against rape,
No.
and in the same class have to be the aggressor who pretends to rape them?
That's no.
Yeah, that
That's-
used to be one of my jobs.
That's crazy.
So,
Wow.
I used to be a rape aggression defense instructor.
Okay.
Okay, and through that experience, because we've talked about PTSD, and when you say PTSD and you talk about a veteran, the first image that pops into 99% of the fucking people's minds is a male soldier with a kit and his weapon.
Yep.
Usually at the low ready, standing on a post or walking on a patrol.
Or
right?
yeah, going on a patrol.
The thing you never think about, in the images you see very rarely, only on the sharp posters in the fucking barracks, is the female soldier.
Yep.
So I want the female soldiers and the spouses of the soldiers, the male soldiers in this group, to share their stories as well.
Yeah.
And the reason why it hits home with me is because, one, I've seen a lot of things growing up as a child that were not very good,
Yeah.
involving my own mother, and that's a whole different story. But I've also seen the effects of...
Sorry, I just. bro. Oh man, I want some donuts now.
I got nothing. Yes, donuts. Fuck you, Dunkin' Donuts. You caused me some shit, bro. I tell you what. That story will become... Trust me. But the point of what I was getting at is that, like, being a rape aggression defense instructor and, you know, having to to talk about a subject like rape when you're a male
Yeah.
instructor with a class full of females is very hard. And those stories don't ever get talked about. They get overlooked a lot of the times. They're unperceived and not as well taken care of. Broke Productions, yeah, we're broke as fuck. BAF.
BAFP. BAF Productions.
BAF. But, you know, and we
Actually, that
you don't hear
sounds
about that
good.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't hear about, you know, some of the spouses and some of the issues they have to deal with when their husband's gone. Or when the other family member is gone. So I want to make sure we include that as well. I know it might be
Definitely.
intimidating because, you know, we're three guys, we're sitting here like, you know.
Listen, we care about everybody. You know, it's not
Yeah.
it's not just about veterans. If you have a story, if you
Listen.
anything, just call us, tell us about it, because we care about all of it.
I think there's a huge open, like, we really need to try to get our first responders more access. Like, this is like the way that society is right now with this still stigma and stuff like this. They're just perpetuating a vicious cycle with those prescriptions and bullshit.
Yep.
I mean, look at the lieutenant fire marshal here recently that just got
Dude, what
busted
a
making
fucked
his
up
own
story!
making
Oh,
his
fuck,
own medicine.
I was pissed off when I read
Yeah.
about that. bro.
Fucking, oh my
Making
God.
his own medicine. Like, I'm really hoping that we're successful here at Butts for Butts reaching out. Like, I'm really hoping Greg Foley. I've been paying attention to the post, man. Hope you see this. That's awesome. I really do hope you get in touch with him. And I think that our first responders are a very lacking area within the cannabis like treatment. You know what I mean?
They are. And the saddest part about it, too, is like the vast majority of our first responders are fucking vets.
Yeah, they've seen
You
more
know,
shit
like-
than I have. Look, y'all, I'm not even a combat vet. I'm not. I think last time I fired a weapon, I was zeroing it. I've gone to the range twice, y'all. Twice. I am not a combat vet. Oh, so
Oh, God. Hang on.
I feel like I should say something smart.
Fucking Pogue.
so it's not just, you know, people who shot a gun.
Yeah, I
or
looked
something
it
like
up, Mike. That's awesome.
It definitely, if you're affected, cannabis can help, and it can help you in a positive way.
Yeah, and yeah, to touch on what Aaron's saying, he commented. Mike made a comment. He said, "Using hemp to pull toxin out of the soil, like the Chernobyl disaster, hemp removed the radiation from the soil, bioremediation."
Yeah, yes.
Man, I completely agree with you. It is very effective. It does work. And when you think about it, you have this. I'm wondering, because I don't know this. I hope so. In the bio remediation portion, there's a large group of individuals in the veteran population who's been exposed to different types of uranium, because there are weapons and different bullets that have that kind of that uranium in them.
Exactly.
And they receive the residual effects of that. I'm wondering how much of the cannabis is helping with that issue as well, because I've been exposed to that shit. I don't know if you have. Have you?
I don't know.
The uranium rounds and
I
different
was
radiational
in,
exposures from the rhinos and shit like that?
in Iraq. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was exposed to that.
Mike, I gotta ask you, do you know anything about personal biometrics in relation to the hemp, removing the same type of things? I would assume that it would be a yes answer because it stops cancer, but cancer is different than a radiation,
Yeah, radiation.
to my understanding. So we gotta have to look at that. Guys, and they said no. Maybe we need to ask if they can extend it to first responders who are also veterans, or
Well, they would already get it.
Yeah, that's,
Like,
sorry,
that's so
that's
asinine,
stupid.
man. Like, we want to tell these people that they're in charge of taking care of us and stuff, but that they can't actually want to heal themselves. That's fucking asinine. It's so stupid.
Well, maybe is there any county regulations to say that the people who are first responders cannot use Anything like that?
There's a
I
huge
don't
there's
know
a
that
huge
answer.
stigma right now. Like I mean, I've met a lot of
look it up.
nurses and EMTs and even cops that have said that they want it, but they know that if they pop hot for marijuana on a urine test, they don't care whether they say it's for this ailment or this ailment and they have a card or not. They're gonna get fired or whatever.
How do you guys feel about that?
Look at what they're doing to this, fire marshal.
You see, what I understand is in Canada, after they legalized it, they also
Thank you for
legalized-
answering that. I really appreciate that, Christopher Carl. Yes, it can if consumed as a raw plant. Maybe that's why I always eat the parts of the green that fall out of my.
Well, that's why I keep preaching about the full spectrum whole plant oil.
Yes,
I
which
mean,
is very good, and I gotta say,
They got to stop trying to manipulate this plant so many different ways and trying to separate the different cannabinoids and let the whole plant work all as one and the way it was meant to be. I mean, look at some of like what the Rick Simpson put out about the Phoenix Tears, and that's not something new. He just rediscovered hash oil. That was the word I was looking for.
nice. You know, I want to address this comment too with the first responders and from Kim Rivers from True Leaf.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, cannabis is important to all of us, especially dispensaries and businesses like True Leaf. They're killing it on the fucking market right now. Have you been watching any of their companies'
They just
business?
made
It's fucking
Forbes,
insane.
But
So
Crazy amounts
think
of
about
money.
this, True Leaf. Think about this, other dispensaries. Your business will thrive when we banish the bad reputation associated with the reefer madness from the fucking 60s.
Yep.
So if you extend your discounts and you extend your programs to first responders in addition to veterans, who do you think is going to help? Just them? Is it going to hurt you? No, it's going to help everybody fucking involved,
Exactly.
in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a stoner. Unfortunately, I do not. Not oils preach. I need to get certified to preach, so I'll finish that online course tonight, and hell, maybe we can have some
You
bud
cannot.
weddings.
You cannot heat it to use it as the raw plant. So you just
Yeah, just eat it. Just eat it.
put it right in a salad, y'all. It'll be delicious.
Yeah. It'll take care of that E. coli recall.
Hey, switch from lettuce to cannabis.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we got a full hour in. I think that was a good introduction.
Definitely.
Anybody else got anything you want to say? We got any closing comments?
hey guys, I hope that you all support this and want to get involved with this. I mean, Buds for Bets is near and dear to my heart as it is, I know, to everybody's here. And it's not just that, guys. I think that letting people have a forum like this where, they have people that like us who's willing to go out there.
We're willing to put our dicks out, is what he's saying.
That's the way
No
to put
dick
it.
liberty, pun intended.
That's the way to put it.
No, I'm glad you feel that way, man, and I feel the same way. I know Chris feels the same way. We want to give you the ability to talk, to share your story, to share the benefits that everybody talks about and shares the articles about, but nobody wants to show.
You're welcome, Chris.
You guys are totally welcome. We love to do
Right
this.
on, Mike.
This is totally awesome, and we want to help you accomplish your goals and your missions as a group, and we want to help you collectively accomplish it as a family. And I know that we can do this. I know that we can. There's nothing in our path except ourselves.
Exactly.
And I wholeheartedly believe it. You can't change my mind. So it's going to happen. I love it. I'm so grateful. I'm humbled. I'm honored. You guys have shown us a lot of love. We greatly appreciate it. And I'm glad that everybody else is okay with being on camera. And we can.
Thanks, Roy. Thanks, Mike.
See you guys on Saturday.
RSO. Yes, that is correct, Mike. I keep preaching it, man.
You do, man.
Watch my page.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, you guys have a great night. We love you. We mean it. We're gonna close out of here. I'm gonna go back to my favorite song because we know it's true. We're gonna start it over just for you, and we'll see you guys on Saturday. Have a great night.
I think
See
I
you guys.
smoked weed, and he was high when he made me. I could feel it in my DNA. I think I smoked weed, and he was high when he made me. and I think he gave up halfway.
There it is, guys.
Hell yeah. That's good.
How's it look?
I think God was sweet, and he was high when he made me. I can feel it in my DNA.
Huh? What did you think?